temple and the human body. The Almighty's mammoth creation is known as Brahmanda, while a human body, being its miniature model, is called Pindanda. Just as the entire plan for the expansion of a tree is condensed in a seed, all the tattvas in the Brahmanda are embedded in the Pindanda too. Maharshis, who experienced the divine power within their gross body, realized that the human body is a divine gadget capable of comprehending the absolute truth in terms of the gross, the subtle, and the extremely subtle aspects of creation. This human body is an instrument meant to understand God's creation and experience the divine light which exists at the root of all this creation. Just as we use a telescope to view distant objects and microscopes to view tiny objects, to understand the manifest and unmanifest forms of the Brahman in this world, our body serves as a telescope, microscope, as well as a vitreous medium to realize the ultimate within. To convey this profound truth to even the ordinary mortal, temples were constructed as a replica of the human body. Thus grew the temple culture. Thence the saying in Sanskrit, Deho Devalaya Prokto Jivo Hamsas Sanatanaha, means the body is a temple and the jiva, the self, is the eternal Hamsa or the swan. The body was seen as a seat of the experience of the divine effulgent light within. Dashadvara Puram Deham Dashanadi Mahapatham Dashabhirvayubhir Vyaptam Dashendriya Parichadam Deham Vishnualayam Proktam Siddhim Sarvadehinam Deham Shivalayam Proktam Siddhidam Sarvadehinam. Seeing within us. We look at our face in a mirror and feel elated. In a like manner, looking at ourselves doesn't just mean looking at our outer body. It involves a deeper vision extending beyond the outer frame constituted by the subtle and the extremely subtle aspects of human creation. This process is called avalokana, or seeing within ourselves. Though possible, not everyone is endowed with the required ability to do this. It becomes possible by certain processes of refinement called samskaras. The institution of temple is one such instrument for bestowing samskaras. In fact, these methods have been the driving principle behind the Agama Shastras themselves. In the temples that are a representation of the body, the Atman is the deity and the Trigunas, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, are the curtains composed of the three colors, white, red and black. In order to set aside the curtains and bring on the joy of the experience of the deity requires an archaka. Then even a stone becomes verily the Lord Shankara. The temple is thus a bridge that elevates us from the gross earthly existence to the divine firmament. Shakuntala's lost ring resulted in Dushyanta's intimate relationship with Shakuntala turning sour. The same ring served as an impetus for Dushyanta to recall the past nectarine moments with Shakuntala. The temple is akin to that ring, reminding people on earth of their real abodes, Vaikuntha and Kailasha. These words of the great yogi Sriranga Mahaguru must forever be ruminated upon. What is within the body instrument? The yogis who peered deep into this human instrument beheld 7 important centers known as Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya and Sahasrara. These centers are like 7 gateways to experience the divine power within us. Out of these 7, 3 are very important. Out of these 3, 1 is predominant. This structure of our inner self is portrayed in a temple with 7 doors or 3 doors, or at times 1 main door into the sanctum. The flagpole called the Dvajastamba in front of every temple represents our spine. The spiritual uplifting of the soul happening in the sanctum sanctorum is represented by 1, 3, 5 and 7 kalashas on top of the shikhara directly above the sanctum sanctorium. Carvings all around on the walls of the temple depict in succession the mundane, the divine and the spiritual truths of our life. Carvings and sculptures of stories narrating the conflicts arising within us due to baser instincts and the ultimate victory of good are depicted. Depiction of how the 64 kalas and vidyas manifest in the realized may be seen. Temples are endowed with 24, 36, 64, 96, 108 or 1008 pillars representing the tattvas of the Lord's creation. Comparing the plan of the temple with the human body, the feet stand for the main entrance. The Dvajastamba or the flagpole at the entrance represents the Swadhisthana chakra. The Balipitha, the stomach or the Manipura chakra. The Navaranga or Nritya Mantapa is the heart or Anahata. The Shukanasi is the neck. The Garbhagriha or sanctorium is the head. The seat of the deity is the middle of the eyebrows, that is the place of the Ajna chakra. Similarly, comparing the elevation of the temple with the human body, the feet represents Nidhi Kumbha, part of ritual pot over which the temple is constructed. Knee is the Nala or the channels. Thigh is the foundation. Waist and the stomach are the walls. Shoulder is Valabhi. Hands, Prakara, open space around the temple meant for circumambulation. Tongue is the temple bell. Heart is the Devamurti. Neck is the Vimana. Head is the Shikhara. Brahmarandhra or Sahasrara are the Kalashas. Extending the Vedantic philosophy of Panchakosha or 5 sheaths surrounding the self or Atman, the outermost is Annamaya, that is the sheath of the physical self. The place of circumambulation is Pranamaya, embodied by the Prana Shakti. Navaranga Paridhi is Manomaya. Inner circumambulation path is Vijnanamaya. Garbhagriha or sanctum is the ultimate innermost Anandamaya. A fruit of penance. Thus, a temple is a fruit of the penance of Bharata Maharshis. It is at once a model of the fourfold path of Purusharthas: Yajna, Dana, Tapas, Rita, Satya, Dharma. It achieves worldly and spiritual well-being by means of worshipping the deity, the Vibhuti of the Parabrahman. Built upon the triad of Dharma, Brahma, Rasa, the temple enables the elevating journey of pilgrimage to a sacred kshetra or tirtha. It has as its purpose the delivering of a jiva unto Deva. It is a heroic effort to see within this Pindanda that is bound by space and time, the boundless Brahmanda and the Parabrahman.